Hey everybody, Chris here. Is it time to buy Dogecoin again? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. We were live Wednesday when we saw what looked to be a big green candle and thought we were going to turn around. And then it sold back down and continued overnight. A little weakness in the crypto market overall. I'll show you that on the charts. And we'll see as we go into Thursday and Friday of this end of this week, where we think price may be going, and what sort of news may be driving cryptocurrency. We're going to get into all that, so let me show you the news in the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and we are just over 34.5 cents here, and this is kind of the weakness we've seen. Low trading volume and kind of a tailing down in price. We'll check what our support line is in just a minute. But this was the trading we had yesterday here while we were live. We saw this big upshoot in the price. I'll show you what that was about in just a minute. But it quickly, this is just a wick, it quickly sold back down, dipped all the way to 35.5 and then back up over 36. But again, a weakness overnight. And yeah, there is kind of this thought in crypto right now that everybody's waiting. We're waiting for what strategic Bitcoin reserve announcement. And meanwhile, very quietly, Bitcoin is at $101,600. There's a lot of accumulating and buying going on. But let's first, take a look at this overall Dogecoin price here. Let's go to the daily. As we were looking at on the daily chart, what's happening with this upward trending support line. That's right. This is what we've seen since October. This is since October. Here's the big run we had in November, a peak up to 48 cents. And then we've come back and we've retested this blue line 3 times, and it looks like we're about to do a fourth right here. So this is still holding true as support for Dogecoin. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is still up over $101,000. It is not coming back and retesting the CME gap here or back to this sort of trading down here at $77,000. That is still not happening. However, leverage trading is still in the mix, and we will take a look at that in a minute. And meanwhile, overall Doge, as we looked at the leverage sweep that we had back here on the 20th of December, with Doge dipping down to 27 cents. We haven't seen that again, and that is not in the cards right now. We're trying to see what kind of pattern forms right now, but there isn't a sort of a clear definition yet here. So we will be watching that going forward. However, is there bullish momentum here? And is there bullish momentum for Doge going forward? Right now, we've got, crypto analyst says, it's time to buy Dogecoin again. Again, not financial advice here, but I kind of echo the same sentiment here because we were talking yesterday on our live stream about this feels like exactly 4 years ago, January 2021, this was the same kind of sort of feeling around crypto as well as stocks at that time. The GameStop craze was just starting then, and we were about to explode in the price of Dogecoin. But there was negative sentiment, and we have that again here. So with that in mind, following the 4-year cycles, is this an opportunity to buy more Dogecoin? And I say buy again also because some of you have sold. Some of you, Dogecoin, I'm just getting out. But now, price is coming down. Is this the time to buy back? Here's one chart that has this combination of this big sort of cup and handle view as well as this ascending triangle. The bottom line of that ascending triangle is the same support line that I show on my chart that we've bounced off of 4 times or so. And is this the sign then for this move up? And we'll see what that target is here as that move up happens. A little hint there. It might be right around 48 cents. So as we look at that, we know we got to get by 40 cents first. We bounced off of that. We need to get that past that as resistance and then move up. And Trader Allen is like, in the big picture, looking back from 1 year ago in the trading that happened in January, February, and then into late February when we started to take off again. A year ago, that 1.618 fib came up to 22 cents. We're looking at a similar pattern happening with an upward momentum. Even though there's a dip happening now, it's quite small when you zoom out. That next 1.618 fib goes up to $4. So if you believe in fib retracements and are looking at price discovery once we get up past 73 cents, is that the target? I still think we're going to hit $1 first, and I'll show you that in a chart in just a second. Meanwhile, this yesterday when we had this exciting trading, this was Bitwise seeks approval for Dogecoin ETF in Delaware. What it means for Doge. So this seeking approval, turns out, as we thought during the live stream, that there was a filing with the SEC. The filing hasn't happened yet. That's right, it hasn't quite happened yet. And so I posted this morning that it looks like the next Dogecoin ETF is not yet filed to the SEC from Bitwise, but they have registered a Bitwise Dogecoin ETF entity in the state of Delaware, which can only mean their application to the SEC for a Doge ETF is coming. So this is a screenshot of the website here, state of Delaware, Bitwise Dogecoin ETF has been filed. And as Eric Balcuna says, Bitwise Doge ETF likely coming soon. And yes, I checked. This is def legit versus some whack job committing forgery for a quick pump a la BlackRock XRP that happened one time. So this is the real thing. And meanwhile, with that, we also have Ali. He posted the TD sequential presents a buy signal on the Dogecoin 4-hour chart. So we have a buy signal from Ali, TD sequential indicator, which I say, hey, Doge price rebound, here we come. These are buy signals, and this is why I'm saying time to buy Dogecoin again, not financial advice. What is keeping things down, though? Well, we talk about leverage, right? We talk about these leverage sweeps. Every time there's a big downtrend in the price, this is Bitcoin liquidity. It's been building up, now building up on both sides during the inauguration range. So we have a lot of shorts built up, and there's a lot of longs built up as well. So we're likely to remain choppy as alts bleed. And that's typically what we see. Bitcoin kind of comes down and alts come down harder. That's typically what we see. Right now we're seeing ETH having a little bit of strength, not dropping as much, with Vitalik now instigating some pressure on the ETH Foundation. Let's get some things done. And yeah, it looks like the price of ETH isn't dropping as much right now, but you need some strong impulse by Bitcoin and or ETH to give the market some momentum again. Otherwise, it will just keep testing everyone's patience. And that's what we talked about yesterday too, is the patience we need to have. So we do have liquidations happening. And as I'm recording this, we are seeing some big liquidations happening across the board. It looks like these are more alts. Peanut, we have Doge here, $193,000 trade just got liquidated on a long leverage trade on Doge. We also had XRP, Aave, and Bonk, and a Bitcoin one as well for $640,000. So that's all happening right now. It's still bleeding down. But what do we have for Doge on the Doge liquidation heat map? Again, there's a lot more shorts up here to get than longs. So this sort of falling down here, Doge kind of following Bitcoin. Also, it's taking out some leverage longs, but these are small dollar leverage longs, except for the one we just saw, which could be a good sign. You take out that big one, and now we can move back up. So we cover a lot of these heat map things during the live streams. Join the next one Thursday afternoon. But here's the chart I wanted to get to is Crypto Tony. Look, going back to 2021 and the big run up that happened. Again, this was a couple pumps that got this run up here. And so far, we had this initial early pump in February into March 2024. And then we had the November post-election surge. Are we looking for another one? And where does that other one go? Crypto Tony says, look, it's going to be $1. That's what he's targeting, and there's going to probably be a couple bounces off of that. I do see that happening. Now, can it eventually go up over $1? I think that takes a real catalyst, like Dogecoin being integrated onto the X platform. That sort of real utility could get us skyrocketing over $1. We could see this with a Dogecoin ETF, though, which right now we've been saying would be 90 days from when it was filed. So like mid-April, we could see an approval of a Dogecoin ETF, which we think is very bullish. And so this move up to $1 could happen then. So for now, though, we got to get through the current trading that is somewhat disappointing. Yes. Again, this white line here we're looking at as well, which are these sort of higher lows that we've been seeing. And as long as Dogecoin doesn't bleed down back to 33.6, 33.5, which we're at 34.5 now, it would still be a higher low if we turn around now. So we'll be checking in on that on the next live stream on Thursday afternoon. Join me then. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. When's a good time to buy Doge? Is it now? Again, not financial advice. Give the video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.